Hello students, I am going to teach you the first chapter of your English textbook, First Flight, A Letter to God, written by G.L. Fuentes. Students, you have often heard that faith can move mountains. Now what is faith? Faith is unseen but felt. Faith is strength when we feel we have none. Faith is hope when all seems lost. Before I start the chapter, I would like to ask, how many of you have great faith in Almighty? We also come across sayings like God is great, God is omnipotent and omniscient. Omnipotent and omniscient are the two words. Rather, we can say these are the adjectives used for God. That God is everywhere and God knows everything. Now, why I am talking about God and faith? Because the chapter which we are going to do now, A Letter to God, this is a story of extreme faith in God. The story revolves around the idea of having unquestionable belief in something. The story is set in a Latin American country. Lencho, the farmer who is the protagonist of the story here means the main character of the story, writes a letter to God seeking help from the Almighty after discovering an entire crop field destroyed by a devastating hailstorm. Now, although his wishes get fulfilled partially, if not completely, he is ungrateful in the end and questions the honesty and modesty of the postmasters who actually helped him with money in the name of God. The story begins with a farmer named Lencho expecting for a rain shower to nourish his field of corn. He is confident that his harvest is going to yield him huge profits, just like it does every year. To his utmost excitement, rainfall didn't happen, but sooner it turned into a hailstorm, destroying his entire crop field. The damage posed a threat to the family's survival as their entire livelihood was dependent on the year's produce. Now children, I am going to tell you two phrases which Lencho used. Now when Lencho and his family members were having meal, big drops of rain began to fall. He was very happy and he went out to feel the rain on his body. He then compared the drops of rain to new coins. He said, big drops were 10-cent pieces and the little ones were worth 5 each. But when the hailstones covered his field and the field appeared to be white, he said that the field was covered with a sheet of frozen pearls. So he compared drops of rain to coins because he needed rain for the harvest. But when the rain changed to hailstones, he said that his field was destroyed and was covered with a sheet of frozen pearls. Although disheartened, the family had robust belief in the Almighty. Lencho, despite having worked day and night at the field, knew how to write and thus decided to write a letter to God explaining his situation and asking for help. He went to town to post his letter addressed to God. The letter, on being noticed by the postmaster, at first amused him, but then motivated him want to do something for the farmer, so as to keep his immense belief intact. He contributes from his salary and collects money from his colleagues and friends who willingly contributed for an act of charity. To his dismay, he could only collect 70 pesos, which he wrapped in an envelope to make it seem like a reply from the deity. Children, Lencho had written in his letter asking God to give him 100 pesos to sow his fields again and to live until the new crop came. But when he received the money which the postmaster has arranged was only 70 pesos. So he was not happy. On having found the letter, the writer is not at all shocked, but instead he gets angry on finding that the amount is less than what he had expected. So he thought of writing a letter to God, conveying his disappointment and distrust in the employees of the post office who is thought had stolen the remaining amount. So what did Lencho think? As Lencho had already an invincible belief in God, so he thought that he had asked 100 pesos from God and God had given him 100 pesos, but the postmaster and the other employees in the post office had stolen his 30 pesos and sent him 70 pesos. So he wrote a second letter and asked God to send the rest of 30 pesos through the mail, as the post office employees were a bunch of crooks. Now Lencho uses this phrase, bunch of crooks, for the employees of the post office. A bunch of crooks means they were wicked, they were crooked, and they were thieves, as they had stolen the money which God has sent to him. So the end of this story is ironical. On having found the letter, the writer Lencho is not at all shocked, but instead he gets angry on finding that the amount is less than what he had expected. He again writes a letter to God conveying his disappointment and distrust in the employees of the post office who he thought had stolen the remaining amount. Children, the end of the story is ironical. The postmaster was greatly impressed by Lencho's faith in God. He didn't want to shake his faith in God. So what did he do? He collected a sum of 70 pesos from his employees and contributed a part of his salary. However, his great act of charity was not recognized and appreciated by the man who received the help. On the contrary, the helpers were ironically called a bunch of crooks.